Good afternoon. Oh, it's so nice and cool in the shade here. I had to escape my apartment, but oh, it's so nice and peaceful. I almost feel like I should whisper because it's so quiet. It's amazing. So we have been living in Lithuania now for 10 days, maybe 11 days. And I thought I would share some of my first impressions, things that I've noticed, things that have stood out to me. I think these are really interesting videos because I like getting feedback from people that are from the country, usually in the comments, because for them, obviously, most of the things that I'm noticing are perfectly normal to them. They've grown up with these things. They don't notice them anymore. And I also think it's fun to reflect back on these sort of videos and almost like have a little diary entry of what seems different. Because when you live in a country for a little while, when you've spent more and more time there, those things, they just become part of your life too, and you stop noticing them. So yeah, I'd like to share what I've noticed with you and show you some more of this beautiful green space. There are so many garbage cans. Everything's so clean. It's amazing. We'll start with that then. It's so clean. It's insanely clean. There's hardly any litter anywhere, and this is after being here in the town that we live in. I spent a couple of days in Vilnius, and then I moved on and spent another couple of days in Kaunas. Don't worry, there's lots of travel content to come. I can't wait to share those with you. But even the bigger cities, the two biggest cities in the country are so clean. It's incredible. I shouldn't be so shocked, but it's pretty beautiful. And that leads on to the green space, the park space. I feel like I said to someone the other day, like, I feel like everywhere that I've been in Lithuania, like, I'm just in one big park. There just happen to be like pathways and buildings in the park. But otherwise, like, it's so incredible. It's so green. Whether you're like looking out over the city at the top of the hill in Vilnius, whether you're walking to the castle in Kaunas, here where I am, I can't believe it. It's just green everywhere. And I know obviously it's summer and a lot of this will go away, but the parks don't go anywhere. The lakes and the rivers are not going anywhere. They'll freeze and probably cover in snow, but these paths, apparently, like, they still clear the paths, and you can still have a place to come and listen to the silence, or just the crows. There's always crows. But yeah, that's something that I've noticed, something that I really love. Look at all the trees. There's just trees everywhere. It's like just forest everywhere. It's so beautiful. It's so amazing. The air is so clean. And when you lived 4 years in Mexico City at high altitude with very, very bad air quality, you learn to appreciate breathing in and smelling the earth. It's magical. The food has been right up my street. Potatoes, cheese curd, sauerkraut, great sausages. Oh my gosh, I had this potato-filled sausage the other day and it was one of the most delicious things I've ever had. The crispy, like, pork on the outside of the, it's an intestine. That's what you fill sausage with. And the, like, smooth, almost buttery potatoes, really, like, oniony flavored, served with this incredible sour cream. I've tried the ceppeline, and the fried bread, and these cheese curd dumplings. I had a cheese curd pastry the other day. The beetroot soup is truly one of the most magical things, like that sour kefir, and there's kombucha everywhere, and the food is just so delicious. It's certainly hearty for the weather we're having. It's hot, but I've really enjoyed it, whether it's the stuff that we've been able to pick up at the grocery store, the amazing bread, this dense, malty, almost sweet, dark bread. I'm very happy with the food situation. I also get a real sense of community here. Everybody's really friendly, but also like it feels very safe. I took the bus a few times on my own, the train, and it seems like the only other people traveling around are other women. Lots of women traveling around by themselves. Lots of young people, like people that look maybe 12, 13, 14, traveling around with just their friends on the bus or wandering around in this park. You know, no adult supervision needed for 10, 11, 12-year-olds to head to the park with their friends on their bikes. I was in Vilnius the other day and someone left their stroller with their baby in it outside of a store, which I've seen many, many times in Denmark. And for me, that is like a huge sign of like a trust society, people that really, you know, there's no enormous fear of something bad happening when kids are allowed to roam freely and with confidence. And I feel safe here. I feel safe exploring and asking questions. People have been really helpful and quite friendly and very, very accommodating of my lack of Lithuanian. The architecture has really caught my attention here. In the smaller towns and cities, you have these sort of beautiful A-frame houses that, I don't know, remind me of like chalets, like ski chalets in the mountains in Switzerland or something. You know, they're really beautiful, and most of them seem to sit along lakes or on these quiet little streets. They're side by side with these old Soviet era apartment buildings, which for the most part are pretty awful on the outside. Concrete blocks look a little bit like they're falling apart, but like I showed you during the other video, most of them have been completely refitted inside, completely redone, and they're perfectly nice places to live. And I've heard a lot that a lot of these places are set to be remodeled on the outside as well, so there's a lot of beautifying going on in that sense. When you walk around the old town of Vilnius, you have again then like really beautiful old style architecture that reminded me of Copenhagen, and then in Kaunas you have these beautiful like brick buildings that I saw, some really old style, almost like Victorian-esque brick buildings. And then you have super modern buildings again in both of the cities and lots of the towns that I went through on the bus and the train as well, like you know, modern glass. Kaunas had by the waterfront some really stunning, incredible, I don't know, like modern architecture that was happening, and I thought it was really cool. And yeah, it's a mix. It's a real mix of different things, and I feel like that is like a really, I don't know, the architecture is a really good example of like everything that's happening here. Maybe I'm just digging deeper than what's really there, but it does seem like there's a lot of change happening here. Things are in flux all the time, growing and improving, beautifying, if that's a word. But yeah, I've so far loving it. So far really enjoying exploring and learning more and practicing my my Lithuanian phrases and getting to know more people. It's been really great the last week or so to meet other expats here and to meet other Lithuanians who speak English to us. But yeah, I'm really excited to show you guys more. I just wanted to give you a little intro to the country and what I'm seeing as it happens. I think it's fun for us all to learn together, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.